Because the context is, I am differentiating between human response and human reaction. Is it not important that you respond consciously rather than reacting violently?
We completely agree with this.
Right?
So…
I'm glad your serious face is gone, you're laughing, now we can talk. So, you think the whole script, all the literature or whatever the history that we are talking about is all gossip?
No, I don't.
Going back to the point…
No, why are we referring to that now? Things. Do I look like a lyncher for you? Then why are you asking that question? I'm telling you… Yeah, and anyway, for your information, every year, in 4 years, 42 lynchings have happened, 12 of them have a religious connotation to it for sure, there's no question.
So that is reported?
That is reported. But what is not reported is, every year, over 100 uniformed men, including BSF soldiers, are lynched and killed by the cattle smugglers. Cows don't fly. They have to be walked, all right?
You had once said that people should not react to injustice. But this country has been based on civil disobedience movement. Movements like anti…
Did I say they should not react to injustice?
There was a quote of you…
Like what?
Said that people should not…
Why don't you just read the quote instead of paraphrasing like this? Maybe you
The
did…
direct quote was that
Huh?
we should not react to injustice.
Yes. Yes. But I did not say you should not respond sensibly.
We want to know why or what the context behind this.
Because the context is, I am differentiating between human response and human reaction. If I react, I will only cause one more injustice. Right now, what I think is injustice, I will feel angry and I will do one more injustice. But if I see this injustice is happening and respond to the best of my intelligence and my capability, there could be a solution.
So you have defined reaction.
Yes, reaction and response I have clearly defined all along. Is it not important that you respond consciously rather than reacting violently?
We completely agree with this.
Right?
So…
I'm glad your serious face is gone, you're laughing, now we can talk.
So, this was you quoted somewhere that religions have nothing to do with the lynchings that have been going on around. But if we see the facts, members of a particular minority community are being targeted by the perpetrators who identify themselves with another religious community. And if these are the facts, then how can you say that religions are not connected to the lynchings?
See, probably you're just going by the television reports. Just go a little further into the…
So
read your book as well. So in your book, you say…
In book I'm talking about lynchings.
Yeah, so in your book you have mentioned that you went to a village and a policeman was your friend, and you mentioned that…
No, I will tell you the incident properly, you don't water this down. I'll tell you that incident properly. Will you give me 2 minutes? All right? See, I was living in a remote part of Karnataka. Karnataka is generally a docile, peaceful place. It's not a very activist kind or violent kind, there's no religious frictions happening, it's very docile people. One day I just ride down into the village and a big crowd, and what is it? I just park and go and see, they're beating one person like you can't imagine, with all kinds of things, whatever they get. I tried to stop, they just brushed me aside and said, you don't get into this. As I saw, within 2-3 minutes, the man died. Don't know who he is. Those days in the villages, nobody wore trousers, normally they wear either shorts or dhotis and things like that. This guy had trousers and some kind of dirty-looking shirt. And somebody thought he's a child lifter. Right there, they killed him and they dug a hole right outside the village where everybody can see, and they buried him right there because nobody has any fear that this is going to be a murder, this is going to be pursued. There is no such thing there. They think it's their right to do that. I was appalled. Till then I had never faced a situation like that in my life. I was just 22, 23. So I rode down to the police station, which was just about eight or 9 kilometers from there. This policeman or the sub-inspector was my senior in college, so I knew him. So I went to him and I just saw this, you have to come and do something. He said, you do not get into these things. I said, what? They killed a man, I can show you where he is buried. This body is right there. Nothing. I tried to talk to the local MLA. He said, please, you don't get into this. When I really looked at it, then it happened after 3-4 days, late night around 1:30, I'm coming from Mysore city to my farm. On a remote road, it's a very remote place, it's in the hills. I ride in, young people are standing there with fires burning, with sticks and rods and everything. Oh, they shout, the motorcycle comes means. If you don't identify yourself, you would be killed too, right there, without a question. Because the rumor has gone around, somebody is doing child lifting, there's a local dam coming up, they're sacrificing many children. Nobody knows where the hell is that dam. Nobody knows if anybody ever lost a child in the region, but just this rumor goes around. Then when I really look at it, I saw another one like this which happened for some stealing that happened. Another one where he was beaten but he did not die. When you really look at it, every year in this country, over 40,000 children go missing. So there is a paranoia in the villages, especially girl children who go missing, they just never found, never ever found. So tomorrow if my child disappears, what do? Hold an FIR and sit there and pray, is it? So first, their thing is to react in such a way, if my child is stolen, is it an injustice to me? Hello? And never to find the child, again not knowing what happened, whether they're alive or dead. If they die in front of you, it's okay. But they just disappear and you don't know whether they're alive or dead, you know what the parents go through? So there is a paranoia about this. The same thing happens if somebody steals any animal or if they cut a tree in their…
This is what happens when you use gossip as your source of information.
You're just misinterpreting the whole thing, please, I have to say this. Where is gossip as a… You think the whole script… all the literature or whatever the history that we are talking about is all gossip?
No, I do not.
Going back to the point…
No, why are we referring to that now? You're referring to Ramayana as just gossip?
I am not referring to that same point. You only said that there was a rumor going around that…
Obviously, see, you're calling it gossip, but I'm telling you, this is fear. This is fear of a population who are not protected by any law except their own stuff. They are on their own. Don't think some police force will come in a helicopter and save your children. There is no such arrangement. When there is no arrangement like that, they make their own crude arrangements, unfortunately. I have seen, somebody says one cow is stolen, immediately 10-15 boys get on the bicycles and ride in different directions. 30-40 kilometers if they catch the guy, that's the end of him, right there. Not because cow is religion, simply because it's economy. With 2 cows, I'm making my life. If you steal my cow, my children will go hungry tomorrow morning. So they will fight. So this is because the law has not spread itself to every inch of geography on this land, you must understand this. Even today in a big city, I'm telling you, if something happens to you, if you want to file a complaint, you will have to take the local MLA, somebody else, a businessman who knows somebody. By yourself you can't file, this is the reality. Somebody who has no basis in his life.
But does this imply mob justice is valid?
How are you saying these things? Do I look like a lyncher for you? Then why are you asking that question? I'm telling you, see, this is the problem. The problem is, we don't want to understand the reality and the pain of the people. We just want to make a judgment on them. I'm saying, unfortunately, nobody has provided them a way. So they're doing their own things. When mob enforces something, this is the unfortunate way it will happen. Do we want this to happen? Absolutely no. But do we have means to stop it right now? Till you make law available to everybody and quick justice to everybody, I'm telling you, people will do their own things. If you think they should not do, because you're living in the safe, enclosure of a wonderful institution, you don't understand what it is in a village. When my child goes missing, what do? What do I do? Where do I go? You don't know. I've seen people, women crying and beating their breasts and walking around because their children are missing. They don't know where they've gone. Finished.
Can I speak?
Yes, sir.
So, you have talked in general about the lynchings that have been happening, and we don't deny that. They have been happening throughout the history, they have been happening in this country, and our inability to bring them to the judiciary is the cause. But I'm talking about a specific type
I got
of
it. I got that.
which have increased recently, and which are facts that they have been increasing recently.
Ah.
And it's not about my cow getting steal, it's about there is a cow somewhere out there, it's been killed, and now I have to lynch for that. There is a difference in mentality, and it has not been seen before.
Definitely there is. It's not that it's not been seen before. It's right now being reported because this is one of the political strategies that's happening in the country.
It's not also about political strategy. There are many incidences
No,
which are
but-
not being reported by media but are still happening, and there's research being going on about that. So whatever we found out about the lynching are just like few percentage of that.
It's a very small percentage what you found out. Till now in these 4 years, because basically this is all focused towards this particular government, all right? So in these 4 years, 42 lynchings have been reported. Out of these, 12 lynchings are supposed to be more, religious basis is there to it, 12 of them out of 42. But over 3.5 to 4 million bovine animals in this country are stolen every year. And they're smuggled across both the borders. Now western border has become very tight because of security issues. Largely it's going through the eastern border. Who is losing these 4 million cows? You must see this. Whose economy is ruined? Somebody's economy is ruined, his family economy is ruined, isn't it? Because the animals went away. Over 3.5 to 4 million animals are stolen in the country every year. And anyway, for your information, every year, in 4 years, 42 lynchings have happened, 12 of them have a religious connotation to it for sure, there's no question.
Those are just reported.
That is reported. But what is not reported is every year, over 100 uniformed men, including BSF soldiers, are lynched and killed by the cattle smugglers.
That's totally a different issue.
Huh?
Let's not bring that into it. That's totally a different issue.
No, please, why is it is connected, right?
So this is not
No,
just about…
please, let us… why… just because somebody wears a uniform, is he supposed to die?
I'm just saying, let's not connect these two issues.
No,
One is religious, one is security.
I want you to understand when there is a large-scale crime going on, when there's a large-scale crime going on, 4 million animals means on this side of the border, they're approximately 10 to 15,000 rupees. Across the border, they're between 30 to 50,000 rupees. I want you to calculate the numbers, you're the business guys, all right? I won't get the numbers right, please get me the numbers.
I totally agree with you.
So when…
I've been happy.
Please understand this, these cows don't fly. They have to be walked, all right? These cows, these animals have to be walked or transported in trucks. Only small amount is transported in trucks, rest of them are walked in the nights, okay? From across the country, 4 million animals. When such a large-scale crime is happening, you think there will be no reaction at all? When nobody is caught?
Why change now? Why now?
Huh?
Why recent few years?
See, it is not now, it is only reported now, it's always been happening, I'm telling you. They have reported only 42 lynchings. I am on camera, but I'm telling you, from my experience of rural India, I would say anywhere between 200 to 500 lynchings have happened in these 4 years. And similar numbers or much bigger numbers have happened in the past. Because unfortunately, this is how things are enforced in this country. You have to change it means you have to create an enforcement mechanism that's available to everybody. In United States, they say an average time in which a police car arrives is 3 minutes and 20 seconds, even if it's in Montana, average time. In New York City, they will arrive within 30-40 seconds, armed men, not just handguns. If you open their boot, they got a shotgun, they got rifles, they got works. Now, a lathi-wielding, cycle-ridden policeman comes, you think he can handle these 10, 15 youth or 100 youth who are indulging in this violence? He is not capable of handling. So, can we create a nation where law can be enforced, or are we just going on accusing each other, you did it, I did it, I did it, you did it? What's the point? If you want to create a law-abiding nation, the instruments of law should be strengthened. We're talking about police reforms for 25 years, where the hell are they?
I think we were…
So to wrap up the argument here, I'll be wrapping up your argument. So what you're suggesting is that mass hysteria is pretty common, has already existed, mostly because of…
You can give names sitting in the comfort of your well-to-do homes, you can give these names, it's mass hysteria. Tell me, any of you ladies, I'm asking you, suppose your child is stolen and you know that you may never find, how will you react? You will go wild, all right? Don't call it mass hysteria, this, that. This is absence of law enforcement.
We are also agreeing with that it is strong…
But why are you calling it mass hysteria as if it's some kind of an ailment?
I mean, this is caused because people don't have enough information, or they believe in rumors, or because…
See, there are rumors, but why are you ignoring? Every year, 40,000 children are stolen. It's not a rumor, it's a fact. Nearly 4 million cattle are stolen, it's not a rumor, it's a fact.
Also, legal enforcement needs to be strengthened. The fact that these things happen is problematic.
That is all I'm saying, but you pick up one sentence and you say supporting lynching, how can you say that? This looks like… I'm not supporting lynching.
Again, Sadhguru, one important thing is, these are things which we came across, which we felt that…
You can ask me, there is no problem asking any question.
We wanted to know what was the context behind
This is the
these
context,
statements.
all right.
Because as you pointed out, people should not react to injustice had a very different context.
They must respond sensibly. In a conscious manner, human being means one significant aspect of who we are is, see, we do the same things animals do. We are born, they are born, we eat, they reproduce, we reproduce, we sleep, they sleep, we die, they die. We do the same things. Only difference is we can do these things consciously. If we give up that one consciously acting, we are just one more creature on this planet. So I was making the distinction, if you react, you will just express your animal nature in some way. So this whole lynching business is just a reaction, but at the same time people are helpless, they have no other way. There is no other way, you can go and file an FIR and hold this paper in your hand. You will not see anything happening in a village.